I'm carrying your love with me. West Virginia down to Tennessee. That's right, we got that thing lit up country style. Well, quick cock-a-doodle and doing if I talk, because we will eat you. Fillets. Let me get over here and show y'all what we're working on today. Come here. Tell the people hello on this thing. Y'all won't tell them hello? They say hello and goodbye, and they don't care if you subscribed or not, he said. Tell the people hello. What, you don't want to tell them nothing? We need your mug shot. If you want to be released, we need your mug shot. Let's see if I can get that gold one out of that next, y'all. Now, you can't have no more corn. Well, you don't have no release there. You got to be moved to another pen. Well, this way here runs off into the pond. That's where that pipe's going to poke out here. But if you follow this pipe on back here, well, it goes about 200 foot, well, to some sort of like an old well system. Across the creek, back again with another one. On this one, well, it's gonna be a little different. Well, reason being because this one ain't for Yunes anyway. Well, this one's for Maria. Now, y'all can just call me Jorge Gomez edition. I'm gonna show you what we're doing, and well, I'm gonna show you how to pipe that thing in. Well, that's right, Oscar de la Hoya style. Well, I got that thing all trenched out, and well, I said this video wasn't for you, and the reason being, I got this camera out for Maria and I. Well, we like to make this sort of video here as memorabilia. What videos we can look back on, and well, we can see all the work we put in. Well, when I say we, I mean me. Woo. But well, husbands on the channel know how that is. But we trenching that thing out, and we got about 200 foot of this 2.5 inch pipe, and well, I'm gonna put this thing back on my chest, and well, I'm gonna show you how I've been getting in there. But that's right, I think it's time for me a raise. I don't know. But well, I'm gonna then show y'all well, how to plumb that thing in country style. That's right, we putting them 2-inch couplings on there. And well, them elbows, old 45s and 9. That's right, y'all. I'm just old jack leg plumber. But well, sometimes that's all it takes. And well, I'm out here like Jorge today. And I got clay on my face. Y'all gotta excuse that. But well, we're gonna plumb that thing. If any of you like me and well impatient and tired of waiting on that water, well, I'm gonna show you how to make it go in there. Well, this way here runs off into the pond. That's where that pipe's gonna poke out here. But if you follow this pipe on back here, well, it goes about 200 foot, well, to some sort of like an old well system. Well, that's right, you know how we are around here. Well, we did a little homework on it, and if you're tired of waiting on your pond to be filled, well, do your search, do your survey there for the nearest well in your property. And well, to the nearest well to your property is what I meant to say. And well, y'all know, well, public speaking ain't my thing anyway. I get a little nervous when I turn this thing on, talk to you anyway. But well, I turn it on the event. But I was telling you, well, do your survey, well, for the nearest well closest to your property there. And well, you can find out who owns it that way. And then, well, once you find out who owns it, well, you say, give me his phone number. And well, once you get his phone number, you call him and you say, well, do that old well run? Well, he's probably gonna say either no, or well, he probably from the country. He gonna tell you it run like a sewing machine. Well, if he say that, don't ask him no more questions. Well, that means it runs like a top. Oh, you don't know what that means neither? Well, that means it runs like a new one. Runs like a new one. And well, once you figure that out, well, you ask him how much to rent it, sir. And then well, he gives you a number to rent that old well, and you rent it for a month or so. And then well, you tell him adios when that thing get full. Well, if you're cheap. But some of you who not like me, well, y'all like to spend money. Well, you just rent it non-stop and you'll have that thing plumbed in for lifetime. But I'm gonna put this thing back on my chest, and y'all, well, if Maria come out here and she catch me on this camera talking to you, well, y'all ain't gonna have my back. She can ground me and y'all get off free. Let me put this thing back on my chest. All right, y'all, I turned that time lapse on. Well, that way y'all can kind of get an assessment of what I'm doing. I didn't want y'all to have to sit through the whole thing, but I'm basically carving that thing out, well, sort of like your Uncle Bam used to do. And well, I'm gonna set that pipe in there. And well, I gotta get down in them trenches. Well, I gotta put them old clay stuffers down in them old trenches there. And y'all see that water is trying to trizzlate already. Not yet, we don't need you yet. Well, I'm gonna trench this thing on out and get on down there. Well, I'll get that old plumber's glue in a minute. And well, put me some couplings on that thing and well, pipe them all in together. Well, I took a break from all the action there. Well, I want to come over. Well, water them old turkeys up. in that old gobble thing in there. She said that's enough. You see it overflowing, why don't you stop? So them guys doing well. Well, it's a good breather. Well, my arms is tired. I don't know how anybody trenches them holes like that for 8 hours. But woo, it's burning. Talking about doggone. Well, these guys doing well. We throwing some corn down and well, trying to get them back where they need to be. They've got this area totally scratched out. As you can see the garden beds there. Well, they ready to plant in. And when it come gardening time, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab that hunk of junk out the middle, all them cans and all. Well, it look like the Skid Row knockoff dog houses. We're gonna pull all that out of there. And well, we're gonna plant in some of them beds. And well, some of these rows here, we'll re-roll them back out like they need to be. But well, a lot of these are gonna be cut down and all. Look like they got them an old egg laying off in the middle of that. Well, over that old Skid Row. Yeah, it is an egg right there in the middle of your TV screen there. Well, I might scramble him up. I am kind of hungry. But we're gonna get moving. I don't have all day, and here in a second, Maria's gonna come out bothering me, asking me what's taking so long. Let me get on back. Well, I wasn't gonna do no feeding with you, but I guess, well, since I'm here, we might as well crank it up anyway. Let's throw something in there for them old daffies. Woo. Let's get in there and see how they doing today. They look like they actually be all right. I'm thinking now, I'm looking a little hard, and well, that old green one there far, I believe that's the male, and that white one's, well, I believe that's the female. Of course, that green one behind the female too. Well, they said they ain't visiting with Tunes, none. They're not like Nehemiah and the other ones. They said they ain't doing no subscribe. Come here, tell the people hello on this thing. Y'all won't tell them hello? They said hello and goodbye, and they don't care if you subscribed or not, he said. Let's go get some more feed. Head it back in, we're gonna get one more. Well, no, Asa, you ain't getting none of this. We're gonna feed one more area. Again, if you stuck around and watched any of this, well, we greatly appreciate it. But this video here, well, we ain't trying to entertain you too much. And, well, we just want to get some replicas made. Well, that way, once we get digging on us another pond, and, well, if we have to plumb it in the same way, well, it'd be like on Lewisburg, the old livestock market. Same way. Let's throw a little corn over in there, too. Y'all got any eggs for me today? Let me get over here and see if they got any eggs. Well, sometimes they'll lay an egg or two, and then, well, sometimes they won't, sometimes they won't. I don't see not one egg in here. Well, to start with, to begin with, nowhere. Well, what we supposed to eat then? Y'all don't have no eggs for us. Let me see if I can get on. That's actually the one I wanted. Y'all seen how I tricked him? I put that move on, an old school move. I believe this guy here, well, I think he's the culprit, and I think he's the one doing all the egg cracking. Tell people hello. What, you don't want to tell them nothing? We need your mug shot. If you want to be released, we need your mug shot. Let's see if I can get that gold one out of that mix, y'all. Now, you can't have no more corn. Well, you don't have no release day. You got to be moved to another pen. Well, anything cracking eggs here, well, you got to go do your sentence over here. Well, with old little girl in there. Go crack you some eggs in there. Well, that one ain't feed. Y'all thought it was feed? I'll bring some corn here in a minute. Well, I was wondering if y'all wanted to go over here and feed this old sour up. Country style. Aunt Esther, you want a little corn? You can have a little corn, but I can tell you right now, well, don't get too greedy about it. I'm gonna stop in and feed him up. Well, that's what old gray guy right there. That's what he'll serve out the rest of his sentence. And well, they was fighting earlier, but it's just like Jerry Springer. But first you put them in there, they go to fight, and well, then after they fight, they have to say I'm sorry. And well, y'all know what comes next. I gotta keep the channel PG rated. I can't tell you what comes next. But well, then they make some more themselves. But well, sort of like he trying to do over there. But I said I wasn't gonna turn this to a feeding video, and I guess somehow I sort have. But I'm not gonna take up too much time. I'm gonna grab one more scoop of this feed here, feed a couple more of these animals, and then we're back to work. All right, guys, so we done fed everybody up here. One other thing we're gonna do before we get moving, but we just finished feeding them, but you can tell they didn't walk all through it. But well, come down here to get this net. I gotta go ahead and catch old Goldilocks, and well, I think she's part of the egg cracking tandem, and I'm gonna move her too. But I came over to get my net. I'm gonna walk you guys on over. And well, we'll see about catching her up old school style if y'all don't have nothing else to do. And then after that, of course, well, we got to get back out there, well, Guerrero style, and see if we can get that thing finished up. Let's see if we can get this door closed. I like to close the door behind me, and the reason being because, well, they'll make their way out, slick me. They out slick me on that thing. Well, the video started out making the plumbing and all. Well, I hope I didn't overstate my welcome with some of you, but well, I gotta take a break from work every now and then, and well, see if we can go ahead and do the old school kitchen game. That old gold one right there is the one I'm after. Right there. Whoa, old Goldilocks right there. Y'all think I stand a chance of just going up there and just? Oh yeah, whoa. She said, turn me loose. She said, I already asked them to subscribe, they didn't, and that ain't my problem. Turn me loose right now, she said. Come on, Goldilocks, where you coming with me? I believe you part of the guy in here cracking eggs, and well, I'm gonna show you where your new home's gonna be. Make our way on out of here. She's tough. I'm talking about like an old sweater gray hatch Kelso tough. Woo. Gone out of days of old sweater grays. Well, that's right. I used to have me a yard full of sweater grays. Up there when I lived in old Kelso beside old Mino. Put them on up. Tell the people like and subscribe. You got 3 seconds to give us 3 good legitimate reasons, well, why you don't have to go up here and live, well, with old Auntie Esther. 1, time's up. This guy in the slammer. Get in there with your other great friend in there. Hope y'all team up. Well, you can do some breed. Well, don't go to laying too much because we ain't gonna find your eggs anyway. Well, they gonna eat your eggs out of house and home, they said. Made it back. We're gonna start gluing some of these couplings on, and well, I'll put y'all on a quick time lapse where y'all can watch. I'm a son of a South. Daddy redneck, mama half hippie. You ready to cut loose, CJ? Yes, sir. Well, we got that thing piped in, and well, I'm letting y'all, y'all can see us cover that thing up. I'm talking about old school amigo style on this one. Well, this is where we're gonna get that water pumping in here in a minute. We gotta get this guy covered on up and well, press back down and he'll be fine. Ooh, sweating just now starting. Well, my helper's making their way out, but they're late. And we're gonna get them covered on up and see if we can get this thing to flow in here in a minute. Well, I got Maria in there tapping on that pump, so well, it's shooting that water down like it should. And well, next thing we gotta do is cover this thing on up. We got them leveled out here on the block. And well, you can see where we got them partially covered on back. And I'm gonna turn this camera on, let y'all come with me, and we're gonna cover them up. And well, after that, we're gonna let this thing fill up and let this bottom saturate like it's supposed to, and we'll see what happens next week. As y'all can tell, I got about halfway covered up coming up out of here. And when my helpers come over, y'all can tell they ain't bring us no pineapples, no lunch, no tacos, no burritos, no nothing. Well, they just showed up. They could at least bought one of them big grapefruits, and you know, we can sit on that cooler. Well, you guys know how to eat that Latino lunch. That's what I need today. And we got them in there finishing up. I want to thank you guys for, well, following every one of our videos. And if this is your first video, we encourage you, well, pop in and catch another one. You're not going to miss nothing here. I'm going to just finish covering this guy on up. And, well, I'm going to update you guys as this thing go along throughout the week. And, well, as always, thanks for watching.
We'll catch you on the next one.